Say hi, don't trip.
Hi, don't trip.
Don't trip. I miss you, don't trip.
Don't trip. I don't want to be on camera. Don't trip.
Why not, don't trip? We're gonna be famous like you.
You guys, don't trip. Be quiet. Don't trip, twins. Come on now. Don't trip. Hey, Audrey, record us. Don't trip. Okay.
No, don't trip. What are we gonna talk about, don't trip?
I don't know. Don't trip. We're walking home. Don't trip.
We're walking home right now. And
I'm about to run into a tree.
And Audrey, don't run into a tree, please. I love you too much for you to run into a tree.
Don't trip. You gotta tell a story about how you got the name. Don't trip.
Okay. So it started because I was walking up the stairs with this bowl of spaghetti, and I almost tripped. So don't trip is like don't trip. And a little while later, she's walking down the stairs, and she falls. So I was like, don't trip, don't trip. So now we're just a don't trip twins.
No, I didn't even don't trip. You forgot to tell her about the spaghetti. Don't trip.
I said about the spaghetti, don't trip. She just said don't trip.
And this is the don't trip madness. Don't let it happen to you.
Hey, don't trip. Tell her about geometry. Don't trip.
Oh, so we were not a geometry teacher because we were like...
Wait, the kangaroo geometry?
Yes, kangaroo geometry.
I remember that. That was funny.
Don't trip, oh my god, don't trip, I miss you, don't
And then
trip.
shoelace.
Oh, shoelace! So my friend Rayel told us that we should tie our shoelace. Chalupa! That was funny. That was really funny, because chalupa.
Let's go back to something, guys.
Okay. I'm losing my point. Don't trip. This is not good.
You sound so masculine. It's funny.
It is not funny.
It's hilarious.
Good thing Rafa
Isn't it funny? I
not
think it's funny.
going. Rafa
I know,
is not
right?
going. I'm happy.
It's good. It's glorious.
Yeah, because I don't want Rafa.
Even though he doesn't know the dance.
He doesn't.
He doesn't know
what
anything.
He does.
Friggin' don't trip twins.
You gotta keep up, don't trip. That's fine.
You guys are ridiculous. Oh, look at the doggy. Oh, the pretty puppies. Oh, hi. You're pretty.
Don't trip. Don't trip.
I don't want to use you.
So this is don't trip and don't trip.
Okay, don't
And
trip.
this is Roby the robot here. Hi.
Oh, don't trip. Have you seen
Don't trip. Okay, don't trip. I gotta tell you something. Don't trip. Okay, I love you mucho. Don't trip. And I miss you.
Don't trip. I miss you too. Don't trip.
It's nothing without you. Don't trip. Don't trip, twins. Where's don't trip, twins?
I know. Don't trip. I miss you.
If I didn't hear don't trip twins, I'd have thought you guys were a couple.
No, she's my bestie.
Don't trip. How can I
It's
live?
my don't trip.
My other half. Don't trip.
She's like a sister. We're like.
And
You guys are walking too close. I'm catching pictures of like one eye.
You see at school, like everybody trips, and then they're like, "Don't trip." But I'm like, "Nah, don't call me don't trip."
It can't be don't trip because there's only don't trip twins.
I know. 'Cause she's walking up with the spaghetti like this, and she's like, "Oh crap!" And then like she tripped, but she wasn't gonna let the spaghetti fall like nothing.
Dude, no. I just think my nickname should have been Penguin.
Oh, because of the stairs. That was funny.
I mean, what kind of idiot?
Don't trip, didn't see you fall down the stairs. Don't trip. It was funny. Don't trip. Because she was going up the stairs. Don't trip, and then she just slides down. Don't trip. It was freaking.
No, I fall going
like,
forward,
no, Penguin.
and then I slide down, and you're like this.
I was gonna go down and help her don't trip, but it was too funny. Don't trip.
Don't trip.
I had to sit down and laugh.
Can you believe this? Laughing at my pain while I fall down the stairs.
that was
No,
Feet
no, no,
first.
don't trip. What are all the names? Don't trip.
Don't trip. It's Shoelace, don't trip. Tweety Bird, Chalupa, Kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Don't trip. Conjunction Fudging. Don't trip.
Conjunction Fudging.
What was Alex's nickname? I know. Oh, White Girl and Pelican.
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 And then I know Alex's name was Brett. Remember? It was something.
I think Alex was oxygen tank.
Dude, don't trip. You guys are bad luck. You just made me trip.
I'm sorry, but it's like don't trip. We
Don't
gotta
trip.
trip with don't trip.
All right, don't trip.
So don't trip.
But I trip anyway, so whatever.
What else don't trip?
I don't know. Don't trip.
What was
Why
Mr.
not?
Fuller's nickname?
Mr. Fuller.
Fuller,
No, we had a nickname for him. Don't trip.
white guy.
White guy. No. And then what's his
Robbie the
Starbucks.
robot. Saba. What was Saba?
Saba.
She was like, she was like the genius.
I miss it. Don't trip. I miss.
Don't trip. I miss it. Don't trip.
I miss summer.
Summer was fun. Don't trip. Which one's your house?
That one.
Oh, this is your house. Don't trip. I'm sorry. Don't trip. You've never been here. Don't trip. What do you expect? Don't trip.
Don't trip. We think we're gonna have to cut this. Don't trip.
Bye.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.